Yeah, I think I have too many calculators. I'm just going to give a quick overview of them. I've tried to group them somewhat, but as you'll see, there is a lot of them and there is a lot of different brands. Two Aoras here. Moving on to an old Texas Secretary. This one's quite interesting. It does a lot of electronics equations built in. Old Canon printing calculator. Does actually work, and I do actually have a box of thermal paper for it. Slightly newer Citizen calculator. And then this one is pretty beaten up, but it's what I used through school and sixth form and university. Yeah, slightly older than that, a different Casio. Yep, that's a Casio as well, by the way. As is this and the next one. I can't remember if it's Sharp or Casio who made this for boots. One of the two. So I put in between the Casios and the Sharps. This one and this one were the joint first calculators I brought in this collection. Found them in an antique shop, and it's actually what got me interested in them. This thing's a bit of a beast. Another old Sharp. Moving up to another beastie calculator, old Hanimex, and some little ones. This little phone one, probably not that old, maybe early 2000s. It actually says 2008 on the back. You can't quite see it on the camera. It is actually a calculator, and it does actually work, although I think the battery's dead. Perhaps do an overview of that at some point. This is a nice little credit card calculator. It's a promotional thing for KBI. Not sure who they are, what they do. Maybe I should research that. Nice. Come with a box. I do have a few with boxes here. Old Alder. This one's quite nice with its metal body. Nice coloured buttons as well. I like the little blue add button. This is the only calculator I have that doesn't work. It's an old Bomar one. There's a few segments in the display missing, and had some fun with the old 1970s batteries leaking in there. I need to do some wiring on that. These two, the Pi and the Royal, both have the same internals, and you can actually see the keys are the same but with different shell. Next up, a Commodore next to a very small Sinclair, and then on to a quite a bit bigger Toshiba, and it's got quite a nice box with that. What I like is it says Tokyo Shioba Electric Co Ltd. Pretty cool. I didn't realise that's where the name comes from. Moving up, there's a couple of 1970s electronics calculators. These are both actually very flat, very slim, because they move the batteries up into here and give it a lower profile. I like the metal button pad on this one, and on this one I particularly like the 1-year guarantee sticker. I think that's passed, although as I said before, all these calculators work except the Bomar one. This is a Braun calculator designed by Dieter Rams. If you know a bit about design, you've probably heard his name. This is perhaps one of my favourites, certainly in the top 5. Quite a bit newer than the others, 1980s, but still got a bit of age to it. Very modern looking. It's actually what they based the iPhone calculator on. Texas Instruments now. slightly more modern little one there, in between two beasts. This is a programmable TI-85. I think there's actually videos of people running video games on these. Though the cable to program it is quite expensive. I've not tried it myself. Interestingly, it comes with a book. A pretty big book as well. Another Texas Instruments. This is one of my favourites. Certainly top 5 along with the Braun I showed you a minute ago. And then another Texas Instruments one. I do like the look of these old Texas Instruments calculators. Particularly like the side profile, just how chunky they are. It always gets comments when you have it on your desk at work. Move up to some of the old Rockwell calculators. This is in my top 5 because it's one of the first I brought. It's the first scientific one I brought. I got it for £1 from a Volkswagen show, and I didn't actually know if it worked. It does in fact work. It's just quite an interesting little thing. I'm not even sure what model it is because it's worn off part of the number. I think it might be 14RD. I've got 2 Rockwell 8R calculators. I already had one when I got the other one included in a lot of random calculators. They both work. Slightly different coloured cases. One's black, one's brown, interestingly. And a 14RD. Not too dissimilar to the 8RD in terms of what it does and how big it is. But it looks to me more modern. I'm not sure if it is. About the same thickness, similar style, but just the button design looks more modern to me. And then onto a Rockwell 22K, which is another one of my favourites. It's certainly one of the more premium feeling calculators here, with a lovely metal shell, very slim as well. And then lastly but not least, the beast. This is an old adding machine. It's old money, which means it has shillings and farthings and all that confusing stuff. It does actually work. You see this will roll over into the next digit. There you go. This will clear it. It's very heavy, and underneath is evidence of repairs, rust, probably a long life of use, and a load of interesting patent information. Guaranteed made in Great Britain. It's a nice heavy piece of kit, but it does take up a lot of space. So yeah, too many calculators.